Alright, hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs of stubborn fat that we all want to lose to get those abs and toned body and have that model-like look, that Instagram model-like look and things like that. And it's also very hard to do that. So in this video we're going to talk all about how to do that, is it worth doing it, and what are the pros and cons and rewards and risks and pretty much everything related to it. So when we are talking about losing the last 4 to 5 kgs of stubborn fat, there are majorly two things with it. The number one is how to do it, the process and all those kinds of things, just like how to do it, what are the steps that you need to take and all those kinds of things. And the second is, can you do it and is it even worth doing it? So I feel like I really want to tell you the second part first, clarify all things, how the process is really, what is the problem that we are dealing with here, and then whether we really want to solve it. Okay, so starting off with, is it worth it? So if you personally were to ask me, and if I were at your place and I want to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs, I would most probably won't do it, okay? Because I don't think so it is worth doing it, okay? The reason why I'm saying it is not worth doing it is the last 4 to 5 kgs don't really offer you any benefit other than just improvement in your looks, okay? And even then, even if you really manage to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs of stubborn fat, probability is you're going to pretty much, like, for 90% of you, you're going to gain it back again within a period of few months to few years. And even after that, if you want to maintain it, even if you're someone who is in the 10% of the audience, even if you do decide to go with it, it's going to be, it's a constant, you need to put work into it constantly, and the amount of restriction, the sheer restriction that you will need to have in order to maintain that is massive. And in my opinion, that is simply not worth it.
Which is you ever try to get abs? You ever try to get all the abs and get that shit down here? You ever try to do it? It's fucking impossible. Past the age of 19, you can't do it without tons of help. You gotta buy all these exercise tapes. You gotta read about nutrition. You gotta get a personal trainer having you fucking running along. You need like your own chef, and he's like, okay, don't eat it yet. Don't eat it yet. All right, now eat it. Start consuming it. All right, stop. Slow down. Stop. Stop. Spit it out. Spit it out. I told you to stop. Get on the elliptical. Now you like that Brussels sprout? Did you like that Brussels sprout? Because now you're paying for it. It's a fucking miserable experience.
In most cases, these are like girls who really want to drop that 4 to 5 kgs. And trust me, with the 4 to 5 kgs, you guys just look cute and there is no problem. There is no reason for you to like starve yourself and mess with your mental health and things like that to get that results, okay? And one more thing I want to add here when we're talking about, is it worth it thing, or is it possible for you thing? Well, it's possible for anybody who really is ready to put in the work, but is it worth it thing? There are two cases here that I would like to discuss. Number one is, if you're starting here, that if you're like just 60 kgs, 62 kgs and want to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs, then it's going to be easy and doable. Then if you have lost a lot of weight, then come on to 60, 62 and now you want to lose the 4 to 5 kgs. These two scenarios are completely different. In the scenario where you have already lost a lot of weight, your body is going to offer a lot of resistance, because your body actually in reality doesn't give a shit about how you're looking. It just wants to simply keep you alive. And losing weight, your body perceives losing weight as a legit threat to your survival. So have you lost a lot of weight and come into this point, I would recommend I think you should consider stopping here and being at peace with your body. If you want to go ahead, here is how you do it. So when we are talking about how to do it, there are majorly 4 things, okay? I don't want to bore you with talking about each and everything in very detail. In this video, I want to give you a basic gist and a basic trailer of what you should be looking at if you want to really pull this off. One more thing I would like to add before we get into the how-tos. I will urge you to do this with a proper coach who knows this shit and who knows how to manage all of those things. If you don't know how to do this, don't get into it, because this is an area where you can legitimately harm your health, okay? So moving on to how to do these things, right? So there are 4 things with losing the last 4 to 5 kgs of stubborn fat. Number one of which is obviously calories, okay? Everything while losing weight comes down to calories, but when losing 4 to 5 kgs, it actually is I mean, you need to quadruple down on your calorie thing, tracking your calories, managing your calories, and all those kinds of things, right? So when we are trying to lose weight in general, you know, if you're like 100 kgs and trying to lose just 20 kgs or 10 kgs, it comes out pretty easy, and there is a lot of room to mess up on in your diet, like having, instead of 2 cheat meals, you can have 4 cheat meals, and it's not going to make much difference because your body is not offering a strong resistance to losing weight. There's a mild resistance there. But in losing the last 4 to 5 kgs, your body is going to scream at you to stop dieting, to eat enough calories, to eat enough nutrients and things like that. So it is very easy to mess up on your calorie deficit and stop losing weight or to regain some weight back. And this is the reason why most people struggle with losing weight the last 4 to 5 kgs, because it is so very hard to be at that lower calorie number for long period of time. Even if you mess up a little bit, your calorie deficit of the week is just over and you're not going to lose weight, right? So again, work with the coach who knows how to manage this thing. If you don't know how to manage these things, then don't eat like so few calories, because the amount of calories you need to eat here is like 1100, 1200, 1300, like really low calories, okay? And it's just, I mean, again, is it worth it? I don't know. You need to evaluate yourself. The second point is protein and nutrients. Okay, now you're going to eat a very fewer calories. So in these fewer calories, when you want to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs, it becomes increasingly important that you focus on your protein and nutrients, and especially your protein. In India, when they're trying to lose weight, people are trying to lose weight, they just don't give a crap about protein. And if you have lost a lot of weight and come into this point where you want to lose last 4 to 5 kgs and you haven't, you know, while doing this journey, first 10 kgs, 15 kgs journey, you haven't done it properly, you're crash dieted, not enough protein, not enough nutrients, juice cleanse, protein shake diet and things like that. If you've done this, then I'm very sorry to tell you this, but it is going to be next to impossible for you to lose those last 4 to 5 kgs. And even if you do that, 100% you're going to gain it back again, because you have done some sort of crash diet. It has harmed your health, it has harmed your metabolism, and it is just simply not going to work. Okay, if you are one of those people, I'm so sorry. Go regain your health first, start eating more calories, regain your health first, mental health, and gain some weight back. Come to give your body a little rest and then start your weight loss journey again. Okay, if you are someone who has done everything correctly and you're going everything, you know that you're doing everything correctly, enough protein, enough nutrients and all those kinds of things, now you have arrived here and now you want to lose last 4 to 5 kgs, then you need to double down on your protein and your nutrients. Why? Because protein just makes things easy. It makes it easy for your body to lose weight. So if you have nutrient deficiency, or if your diet is deficient in protein, it's going to be next to impossible to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs. So I definitely recommend taking a multivitamin, a pharmaceutical grade, awesome, all the nutrients in proper ratios containing multivitamin and enough protein. How much protein? I personally recommend more than 1 gram per pound of body weight, or at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. That comes around like 120 grams or 130 grams of protein if you're someone like a 60 kilograms girl or boy or so, right? So you need to calculate it according to your body weight, right? The third thing is the exercise and cardio part. Okay, weight training extremely important. 4 to 5 days with awesome compound movements, full body workouts including every single muscles, not just doing bicep curls or forearm exercises or calf exercises or ab exercises. None of that thing. I mean, you can add that, but the main thing always needs to be the compound movements, the squats, the deadlift, the bench press, the lat pull downs, the rows and all those kinds of things, right? The reason behind this is you also want to preserve your muscle mass while doing this, because if you don't preserve your muscle mass while doing this and you lose weight, then it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, they're still going to kind of look fat. And even if you manage to starve yourself, then at the opposite end you're going to just look like an malnourished African child, right? So without enough protein and without weight training, this is next to impossible to lose those 4 to 5 kgs and simultaneously look good, or at least look healthy. This is the weight training part. Other than this, when you're trying to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs, cardio is must. Without cardio, I don't think even if it is possible to lose last 4 to 5 kgs. I mean, it is possible, but it is just not recommended, right? The reason behind this is cardio actually increases your energy expenditure. And as your body is resisting so much and managing energy like a trained, and as your body is managing energy rigorously, you are going to have to go way out of your comfort zone in order to increase your energy expenditure to create that deficit in your calories and lose weight, right? And cardio is one of the best tools to create that calorie deficit. How much cardio really depends on where you're coming at. On an average, 30 minutes to anywhere up to 1.5 hours every day is what you're going to be needing to lose the last 4 to 5 kgs, right? After you have handled weight training and your cardio, your protein, your nutrients, your calories, then comes a very crucial part that most of the people ignore, and they ignore this, and this is why they not only do they fail at losing weight, but they also is at a very high chance of regaining that back again, and that is the rest and the recovery part. So your calories, your protein and nutrients, and your exercise, these three things needs to be balanced with enough rest and enough recovery. Okay, as with calories, you need to go for periods of time, like for few days or few weeks, where you are not losing weight, where you are intentionally not losing weight, to give your body some rest, to recover from that diet fatigue or that restricted calories thing. And just like your calories, with your exercise, you also need to strategically take rest periods, not between exercise, but I'm talking about skipping these sessions of exercise and cardio altogether in order to have your all the hormones and things like that, and in your health in line when you are trying to do that. Okay, so your rest and recovery is also extremely important whilst doing all of these things. The losing last 4 or 5 kgs is really a tough deal, where you need to basically balance each and every element of this entire process, and this is why I really urge you to do it with someone who knows how to do this, with enough support mentally and physically, and with all the things that you have to do, right? So I hope you first evaluate whether it is worth it to really pull this off. In my opinion, for 99% people, you're not. In case you are, your goal is to be like a model, you're going to face some kind of camera or something like that, then probably it is okay. But for the most part, it's not. We go onto the Instagram, we go onto social media, and we see these model like people, and we aspire to become like them. But in reality, you really need to go behind the camera and see their life. They really don't look like they portray themselves on the camera. Okay, so don't have these false false body goals and body images and things like that. And I'm just trying to tell you that it is not worth it for the most of you, right? And it is really tough to maintain and all those kinds of things. But even if you want to do it, this is the way you do it. And yeah, if you have liked this video, make sure you hit that like button, and please subscribe to the channel for more content on weight loss, health and longevity, losing weight, living a long life, being disease free, and all those kinds of things. And I will see you in the next video.